Hi everyone, it's me James. I'd like to welcome you to another episode of the Philly Sports Scenes and Events. I got great news for you guys. After three losses, the Philadelphia Eagles finally came back to win. And not only winning, what happened was last Sunday, they beat the stinky Washington Redskins. And what does that mean? Not only the Philadelphia Eagles clinched the NFC East Division Championship, which is a great thing. They are the NFC champs again. And also, in this division, not one single team had repeat the division championship in 20 years. And the best part of this win, this is very important win for the Philadelphia Eagles. The best part is they completely took the Dallas Sox team, the Dallas Cowboys, out of the playoff contentions, which means Eagles beat the Redskins. And now the stinky Dallas Cowboys, Dallas Sox team has no chance of being in the playoff game this year in the 2025 season of the NFL game. So in one win, the Philadelphia Eagles accomplished multiple things. That is it just doesn't get any better than this. And I'm sure all the Eagles fans are cheering and they're happy. And then there are just two more games left in this 2025 NFL season. And the Philadelphia Eagles will be playing the Bills Mafia, the New York Buffalo Bills team. And then the last game of the season is going to be here at home in Philadelphia at the Lincoln Financial Field. And they will play the Washington Redskins again. And Washington, as you guys know, they're a good team, but they're not that great. So let's see what happens, because there's always a chance. The Eagles are the third seed right now in NFC, and there's always a chance they can move up to be the second seed. And then all the playoff games are going to be played here in Philadelphia. So that's great news. The Philadelphia Eagles had a win over the Washington Redskins, and finally, not just the Eagles team, but all of us Eagles fans, finally I just feel like we accomplished something big and we're getting somewhere. And now for the event section of my show. It's near the end of the football season, and the last three games, two are away, and the last game is going to be here in Philadelphia. So there isn't a whole lot going on. There's no tailgate party for the away games. So I took a cruise. I mentioned in my last week's show, I took a cruise early in December. I think it was December 7th to the 14th. And didn't go really far. Just went from Baltimore, Maryland to the Bahamas. And the Bahamas is always good, even though it's closer to the coast of Florida, Bahamas. It's not really deep in the Caribbean, but I love those islands, and I love I took the Carnival cruise, and I love the Carnival's private islands. So for this cruise, we went to Nassau, Bahamas, which is the capital of the Bahama Islands. And Nassau is great because it's an old British colonial city. And on Nassau, there are a lot of historical buildings. And on those islands, the buildings are painted in bright colors, like sky blue and pink and yellow. And that's how some of those buildings are. And because it was the capital of Bahamas. So the British did build a lot. The old some it's almost like a New Orleans, with the French quarters. They have those buildings. I don't know what it's called, maybe Victorian style buildings. So, uh, they have balconies upstairs, and all those buildings. Most of them, that they're gift shops and store or bars now, and some of them are just not in use. But it's kind of neat. You can see those buildings on the island of Nassau, Bahamas, and also Nassau is known for have a big cruise ship port because a lot of cruise ships goes there, and also they got this hotel casino. It's called the Atlantis, and it is very famous, and a lot of people go there. So for some of the first time cruisers, they will buy the excursion package to go to Atlantis and to see the water park there. They have a huge water park. They got the pyramid with the water slide uh, down from the top to the bottom of the pyramid, and then you go through a clear underwater tube when you slide down to the bottom of the water slide and into a huge shark tank, and you can see in that tube you can see sharks swim around you. And not only that, they have a lot different ponds or huge pools there that are filled with shark and large stingrays, hammerhead shark, and the saw-nosed shark. So it's really neat there. It's a huge hotel and casino complex, and also they have a dolphin park where the cruisers can buy the excursion package. Go there, you can swim with the dolphins, and you can see the dolphin shows. So it's like one spot that it covers everything, and then also they have many uh, large resort style swimming pools there, and then the property is right next to the beach. You get tired of swimming in the pools and the water park, and then you can go on the beach. I stayed there for 4 nights at one time when I visited Bahamas, so I know the place very well. I was a hotel guest there, so I swam there and in the pools, and also in the ocean on the beach, right in front of the hotel buildings. And from my balcony window, when I stay at the hotel there, I can see the dolphin park, I can see the water park. And when you're a hotel guest there, you can enter the water park every day. So it was a lot of fun while I was staying there. Atlantis also has in the hotel lobby, there is a tunnel you can walk through, and you can see the large windows of the continent, the missing continent of Atlantis, and you can see the Atlantis ruins, bunch of artifacts and pyramids and stuff and rocks, crumbled buildings through the large window that's on the side of a huge pool. Uh, the windows is the wall for the pool, and you walk through that tunnel, and on one side you see the large window into the the pool or the water tank where you can see the Atlantis ruins and large shark swimming around in there. And on the other side, they had a lot scary, kind of like the things you see in the Aquaman movie, a lot scary alien-like Atlantis artifacts. And they also had it's very similar. It's like the those weird armored diving suits for the aliens or the people that live under the sea. They're full armor. It's kind of like the stormtrooper, in the Star Wars movies, but it's not because they got those tubes, those breathing air tubes from some kind of mechanical device, or the oxygen tank can feed to the side of their underwater helmet. And it's really scary because they also put like mist and smoke in some of the areas, so it's really kind of mysterious and scary. And then they have a gift shop in there, so there's a lot going on, a lot of things to see and do at the Atlantis in Nassau, Bahamas. Have you ever wondered where the Atlanteans went? Who are they? And will they ever come back? supposedly Atlantis sunk into the ocean some years ago. And this is what's left. Also, there's another hotel, casino. I also, when I went that one time to stay at Atlantis, I also stayed 4 nights at the other one, but it's newer. It's a newer hotel, casino, resort, and the other one it's called the Bahamar. It's very similar to Atlantis, but it's a lot newer, and they also had a huge water park there, and all the water slides and everything. It's just like a newer version of the Atlantis hotel and casino resort. So there are a lot of things to do in Nassau, Bahamas. They're known for their straw market, which is like a open. It used to be an open door market, and it's jam packed with merchants inside selling handmade and China import uh, gifts and hats and T-shirts, souvenirs, and things like that. But now they actually build a building, and the straw market it's mainly indoor now. At the cruise port, they made improvements. They made the cruise ship here much bigger now, so it can dock a lot more ships. And where you come off the ship, and they have those golf carts. They will transport you to the land, to the shore, to like off the walkway from the ship, because it's a little bit of distance. You used to have to walk off the ship. Used to have to walk to the uh, to the pier. But now they have those golf carts, and they'll transport you to the pier on the land. And then they also build markets and restaurants and a huge concert stage. They just made a lot improvements, and it's September 7th to 14th, which is closer to Christmas time and holidays. So they even had the island's version of the Santa Claus there to take picture with all the cruise fans, and it is completely free. When I go there, what I do is I walk to a beach. It takes about 10-15 minutes. It's not far from the cruise port. I walk to a beach there, and it is a public beach. It doesn't cost any money, and it's a nice beach right between the Nassau Island and the Barrier Island, which is where Atlantis sits. It's called Paradise Island. What a beautiful name! And it's really beautiful there. The water, it's like aqua blue, turquoise color, and it's really clear. You can see through, and the water is warm. Uh, the weather is great there. It's always around 80, 85 degrees all year around because it's closer to the equators. And so the beach is really nice there. I go there and I just, find a spot on the public beach and enjoy myself, going swimming in the ocean water. And I do some little bit of scuba diving too. I have my GoPro camera with me. I have my scuba mask, and I go in the water. And there are, believe it or not, there are fishes, some tropical fish too, in the water. And the water is clear, so you can see the fish. And then I made some videos of the fish swimming in the water. So it was a lot of fun. I love Nassau. I don't mind going back there, different cruises, because a lot of cruise ships uh, port there. It's their one of their stops, and most of the cruise ships are registered at Nassau, Bahamas. So that's considered the cruise ships' uh, home port. So a lot most of the Caribbean cruises, they stop at Nassau. Uh, so, I even if I go on a different cruise and it stops in Nassau, I don't mind. I don't mind going back there because I love the beach there and I love the scenery. And then we went to Half Moon Cay, which is another one of the private island that's owned by the Carnival Cruise Line. And the Half Moon Cay, it's more like a nature park because and beach, and it's an island, and they trying to keep the way it is, so they did not build any restaurants or too much of permanent buildings on there. Even though I have not been there for a few years, but now going back there, I see they start to build a cruise ship pier. Uh, One thing about Half Moon Cay is the cruise ships actually anchors offshore, and you have to get on one of those water shuttle, which it's a, a ferry boat, and you have to get on it from on the ship. And sometimes the the water shuttle can be rocky because of the waves, but it's about a 10-minute ride from the ship to the a small dock they have for the island's entrance. And then once the water shuttle's docked, and you just walk off. And there really wasn't a whole lot of stuff there other than a really nice beach, and Carnival made it for the cruisers. So the beach is it's already set up with all the beach chairs, and you can rent umbrella, or you can rent those shacks where you're covered in case of rain and stuff like that. But the beach is good enough for me. There's palm trees there. You just sit on the lounge beach chair under the palm tree, right on the beach, and you can go swim in the water. So I really like Half Moon Cay, and the islands in the shape of a half moon. It's really beautiful. And since they're not building any permanent buildings there, so they do have a picnic area set up. It's there with a lot of picnic tables, and a huge pavilion. And what they do is they bring the food off the ship. The cooks and the chef and the ship's crew, they before any passenger gets to the island early in the morning when the ship gets there, they'll bring a lot of food off the ship, and they for every time the ship stops there, and they always do a huge island barbecue there. And that's another thing I like about, because you go on the beach there early and you go swim and you get tired. So like around 11:30, they start to serve the free barbecue right on the island. They got burgers, they got hot dogs, they got potato salads, and they got rice. They pulled pork and barbecue chicken. They got everything. And then they have a huge fruit on the boat set up full of bananas and apples. And then also they have the drink station where you can get water and juice, just like on the ship. So, I love Half Moon Cay, and I don't mind going back there once in a while. And then the final stop for this cruise, it was a, a brand new Carnival Cruise Line's private island that just opened in June of 2025 of this year. It only has been open for a few months. This place is called Celebration Key. It's right off the coast of Florida, in between Orlando and Miami. It's kind of like if you look at the Florida coast, and it's kind of like between Daytona Beach and the city of Miami, kind of in the middle, and out eastward in the ocean where Bahamas Islands are at. So Celebration Key sits on the Grand Bahamas Island, and it's the first time I've been there because the place just opened and there was no such stop for the ships before. But now a lot of Carnival ships goes there. Uh, I thought before I went, I thought it was a more modern type of Carnival or a cruise line's private island where they sell everything on there and they trying to make the cruisers go there and spend money. But it turns out it's a lot better than I thought because they do have a pier, and I think they're building more piers for more cruise ships to dock there. Same as Nassau, you get off the ship and you can get on those golf carts, the transportation. They will drive you uh, all the way down the long pier to where the beach is. And once you reach the land, there's a huge arch. It says Celebration Key. And if you look straight down, you can see a huge sandcastle. So to me, it gives you a feeling like kind of like Disneyland, Disney World. The centerpiece is a huge castle. And since this is for the cruise lines, all about the sun and the beach and fun, so they have a sandcastle there. And on the sandcastle, on the four sides and on the top, there are huge conch shell that's attached to the building because in Caribbean and especially Bahamas, they're known for those big conch shells, and they even eat conch meat. So it gives you a feeling like you're at the Disney World, but it's like a water park version of it. The reason I say I like the place and it's much better than I thought, it's not a complete ripoff, or it's not a ripoff at all. It is because I found I found out they have trim card that you can get on, and it's kind of like a jump on and off trim card. The place is set up kind of like a butterfly, and there are two sides, and each side are almost identical. The sandcastle is right in the middle. It's the centerpiece of this amusement park, and on both sides, uh, just imagine like the butterfly's wings are huge pools, and then in the front of the pools, where the land meets the ocean, it's really nice beach. So you got the beach, and then on both sides, and you got the sandcastle in the middle, and then you got two huge swimming pools that's designed in the future for multiple cruise ships. Thousands of people go, to go there at the same time. So the pools are huge, and on both sides of the pool, they have the free trim card that you can ride. And so if you get on the trim card from on one side of the pool area, it will ride all the way around the half side of the butterfly's wing. And then you can get off, and now you're in the back of the sandcastle, and that's a shopping area. They have a lot, just like the straw market in Nassau. They have a lot of shacks there, and full of merchandise. People are selling things, and then it's a very short distance walk, maybe about, I would say, no more than 50 feet, and then you walk to the other side, like the other uh, side wing of the butterfly's wing, and then you can jump on another shuttle bus there, whether you do the shopping or not. You can jump on the other uh, tram card there, and then that goes around the other side of the, just imagine like the butterfly wing, the other half of it, and then it will take you to the front where the beach is, and it goes around the pool. So you'll end up almost near the same spot where you start from, in front of the sandcastle. So I just think that's a very good idea. And when you're on the tram car, the driver also acts as a tour guide, and he'll tell you that on the right hand side there are the food trucks, and then they have a couple of stops in between the beginning and end of the tram ride on each side of the two tram car system. Uh, and then they're building a huge water park there. Uh, Now it's just piles of sand and dirt, but they're building a huge water park there, and hopefully it will be done soon. So Celebration Key, it's an amazing place, and I forgot, they also offer a free lunch there. So it's just like the Half Moon Cay. You won't be hungry there. You go there, you go swim in the pool, and then you go to the beach. And then when you get hungry, you can always go to the food trucks there. They have several food trucks on each side of the complex, and then and some of the restaurants or those food shacks. They also, you can also, same thing. You just swipe your, it's called a ship card. It's a sign and sail card. That's what it's called. Every cruise ship, all the cruisers gets a card, and not only that's the key to your stateroom door on the ship, and also when you want to buy something, you swipe the card, so you don't there's no cash transactions there. You just use the card and then you pay at the end of the cruise. So on Celebration Key, you can swipe that card at the food trucks and certain food outlet, and you can get a free lunch. We ordered a fried conch and some fried corn fritter. Uh, because we're at the Bahamas on a island, and I thought it would be nice to try the conch style food, such as the conch fritter. But I mean, the food you get for free, it's good. You know, it's all for free food, and it comes with fries and stuff. But it's not the best quality. I would imagine if you go to a restaurant on Bahamas, you order the conch fritter, it would be conch, maybe large pieces of conch meat in there. But this barely has any conch in it. It actually tastes like a cornbread ball, but it just might have little chopped up pieces conch in there. But it's still nice to try. Uh, it comes with fries. The fries was great, and they actually have everything there. The food truck, you can get fried chicken, you can get burgers, you can get hot dogs, you can get cheesesteak, but all that stuff they have on the ship for free. All Carnival ships has the Guy's Burger, which is I would say it's the best burger and fries in the world. Everybody does the Carnival cruise knows that Guy's Burger is great. So I don't want to eat any more fried chicken or burgers and hot dogs, pizza. You know, it's all the buffet food they have for free on the ship. So I tried the conch, the fried conch fritters. It was a little bit disappointing because it's not very good quality food, but it tastes good, and it's free, and it fills your stomach while you're out there on the beach enjoying the pool. So I I will give this new Celebration Key, a Carnival's new private island, a 5 star. Even though I was kind of bitching about the food that I got, but it's a 5 star, and it just really gives me a feeling like a water park version of the Disney World or Disneyland, and that's the best way I can describe to you. So that was my Bahamas cruise, and in the future, I didn't used to like Carnival cruise because about 20 years ago, we went on a Carnival cruise, and the ship had no propulsion; it was broken down, and we were supposed to go to Jamaica and many wonderful places in the Caribbean, but we never got to Jamaica, and all it did was took us to Freeport, Bahamas, and I hate Freeport, and most cruisers don't like Freeport because there really isn't anything there. It's all industrial. They got a lot of cement factories there. I think they prepare building material for places like Nassau and other Bahamas island to build things. So it's very industrial there. Uh, you can take a taxi ride. That's what we did at the Freeport. It took about a half hour to get to uh, a resort area where there is a casino and few of the uh, American high-end hotels there, such as Hilton and stuff. And they have pool there. They have pools there. They have beaches there. But other than that, you have to pay for the taxi ride. And where the cruise port is, there really is nothing there to see. And so that cruise was kind of disappointing. 20 years ago. So I just decided not to go on Carnival anymore. But now Carnival Cruise Line come up with some really great offers for us. So since last year, I have been on a couple of the Carnival cruises, and I like it. And I think they made improvement to their buffet, to their food. So I like Carnival cruises now. So I went ahead and I booked about 7 cruises for next 2 years, 2026 and 2027. So January 11th of 2026, which is right after New Year's, it's coming up, and we're going on another one of a 14 days Carnival Journey cruise, and we're going to Panama Canal, Mexico, and Honduras. So we're going to places, and it's always fun on the ship. It's relaxing. You don't have to worry about cooking. You don't have to worry about washing dishes. If you want a food, you don't even have to worry about driving to McDonald's, get a burger, or drive to Pizza Hut, get a pizza. You just go up to deck 9, the Lido deck, and they have buffet there. They have Guy's Burger, and then they have the Mexican container, and they have, it's just all food. And for dinner, you can always go to the dining room. You sit down and you get served steak, lobsters, really nice food, and it's all included in your cruise fare. So it's very relaxing, and all you have to worry about is get yourself up to the Lido deck to eat and swim, sit in the hot tub. So I'm going on another cruise very soon to Panama Canal, and then I've got a bunch of other cruises lined up, going to Hawaii and going to deep into the Caribbean Sea to islands such as Montego Bay, Barbados, Caraco, many places to go, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And also in 2020, end of 2027, I'm taking a cruise from San Francisco to Alaska, and it will end up in Tokyo, capital of Japan. So there are many cruises coming up. So I'll be making a lot of cruise videos as I go on those cruises. Saturday, December 20th, I went to the second one of the Geico Birds on the Go send-off party. And these parties are designed for the Eagles away games, because the Eagles fans are known to flock the opponent's home games, their stadium, and Eagles. There's a bunch of Eagles fans travel with the team going to different away games, and then they take over the opponent's stadium. So Geico is a sponsor of the Philadelphia Eagles. So they did a couple of the Birds on the Go send away party. The first one, it was near the VIP entrance at the Lincoln Financial Field, and it was in the nighttime. And they had a lot of free snack food there, and you get the free stadium tour, and you get the free giveaway from Geico, and also they had an interview from conducted by the Eagles insider Dave Spadaro, and then they have a couple of the alumni players there. And both times it ended up being it's Barrett Brooks and Trey Thomas. So Dave Spadaro does the interview and basically just asking questions about the upcoming game, that the Eagles are going away for, and also talk about those alumni players their own experience about going to play at those uh, stadium that are away from Philadelphia. So it's a really neat event, and it's a good program they set up because during the free South Guide the Stadium tour, you walk through the tunnel, under the stadium, and you get to see the news conference room, and you get to go in the Eagles locker room. And since Eagles are the two-time Super Bowl champ now, and you get to take pictures with both of the Eagles Super Bowl Lombardi trophies in the locker room. And then you can walk through the tunnel where those lights and lasers are, where the Eagles player entering the stadium and out on the field. And sometimes they let you go out on the field. It all depends on what their tour, because they also have paid tours there, and they have other tours, the stadium tours. So it depends on their schedule. Sometimes, like the first Geico Bert send away party, they did not allow us to go out on the field. But this time, we were allowed to go out on the field and walk around freely. Uh, this one, it's very similar to the other one. Only this time the location was changed. It was in the Pepsi Plaza on the Miller Lite Field House side. They kind of fence off the area, and anybody can go. And when you enter the area, you get a raffle ticket. And then this time, because it was cold outside, they had hot chocolate there. And then you watch the the interview by Dave Spadaro with the Eagles alumni players. And then at the end of the interview, they draw the raffle tickets, and you can win great prizes such as Jalen Hurts autographed football. And my wife, she won this nice Zach Bourne autographed Eagles jersey. And this is not just any Eagles jersey. This is let me see what it says. This is the Nike. This is a Nike Elite Viper jersey that costs $310 if you buy in the store. You see, this has it's like a real on-field jersey the players wear. You see, the sleeves is different. It's flexible. It has like spandex in the sleeve. You can see the front of it. So my wife actually won this Zach Bourne autographed Eagles jersey. And then you go toward the stadium, self-guided tour. Go in the news conference room. You can sit at the conference table, and the staff there will help you to take a picture. Then you can go through the locker room right next to the news conference room. And this time, like I said, they allow you to go outside on the field. So we took some pictures while we were out there. And when you exit the event, they give you a Geico, Eagles, and Geico co-branded car flag. So it was really nice. It was really nice. And the first time for the first party, I got autographed picture cards from Barrett, Brooks, and Trey Thomas. So this time, right after the interview, I just went to the Soft Guided Tour, and then I did not bother to meet the same players that I just met a few weeks ago at the first Geico party. And this is the Eagles Goldbirds Geico license plate frame that I got from the first Birds on the Go Geico and the Eagles send away party. So for the two parties, there were two different giveaways. The first time was the license plate frame, and this time is a car flag. These parties are good because you go, not only you get something to eat and drink, and you get to meet the alumni players, and you can win stuff such as autographed football and Eagles jersey autographed by the players, and you get the soft guided tour, take some pictures and make some videos and have fun, and it's all for free. So I love this kind of events. And then on Saturday, December 20th, we went to the Miller Lite away game watch party that I mentioned on my upcoming event section of my show all the time. And as of right now, sometimes those parties are too far away, and it's just not worth the aggravation of traveling there, whether it's Pennsylvania Turnpike or Schuylkill Expressway. A lot of traffic out there in Philadelphia. So if it's too far away, more than an hour, usually I don't go. But this one, it's about 45 minutes away. It's at McGurk's in Horsham, kind of right outside of Philadelphia, not that far. So I went to this Miller Lite Eagles away game watch party, and McGurk's, it's a restaurant that are out there, and they have multiple locations. It's kind of like Chicken Pete's, but it's different because the food prices are a little bit high at McGurk's. And also, especially this one at the Horsham location, they are in a huge shopping center. And for some strange reason, there are never any parking spots there. It's a huge parking lot. Don't get me wrong. It's a big shopping center. They have a huge parking lot all the way around the shopping center, in front of the stores, and then in between the stores, they have huge parking lots. But for some strange reason, every time I go there, it's really hard to find a parking spot. That's why I don't like to go there, but only for like the game watch party or Eagles pep rallies. That's the only time I would go. For the away game watch party, Miller Lite is there. They give out the raffle tickets where you can win autograph merchandise from Eagles Pro Shop. And also sometimes Miller Lite, they will give away like koozies and Miller Lite branded stuff, but they don't have much to give away this year. So it's Bud Light, they just don't have a lot of stuff. Like hats, Eagles hats and things. They don't have a lot of stuff to give away this year, which is a little bit disappointing. But other than that, the Miller Lite party, they always have Swoop and the Eagles cheerleaders there. And also you get to meet two alumni players for this football season at each one of the Miller Lite parties. And you can get the picture cards from the great Eagles alumni players that are there. Sometime, if you're lucky, you can win prizes from Eagles Pro Shop and watch the Eagles game. And they always, usually, not always, but usually those restaurants, when they do the parties like this, and they will have food specials and drink specials. But the restaurants are getting greedy now. They a lot of times they don't even have food specials anymore for the Eagles game. And drink special. Sometimes, it really isn't that much of a special because every location is different. Some throughout this football season, sometimes you go to a Miller Lite party and you can get a Miller Lite for like $3 draft or bottles, even even bigger cans, right? Bigger cans of Miller Lite you get for $3, $3.50. But other places they're selling the Miller Lite bottles like $4.50 or $5. It's all different. Prices are vary, but around $3.50, it's good as a special. Anything more than that, it really isn't a special because I can get a six pack of bottles or cans from liquor store for about $7. It's about $1 a can or bottle, right? And a lot I have noticed some of the restaurants when they do these parties, they don't even have food special. Like this time at McGurk's, they don't have any food specials. But I do like their $18 the pounder cheesesteak, which is a pound of beef steak inside a sesame seeded roll, and then it's cooked with Cooper Sharp cheese and fried onions. So I do like that, and it comes with a bag of chips, not even fries. But I do like the cheesesteak there, and so I got the cheesesteak. But I have noticed, I think the cheesesteak, it's always supposed to be a pounder because that's more expensive than the regular cheesesteak. The regular cheesesteak may be like $14, $15, and this is $18. But I think they shrunk, just like at Subways. They're not selling what they advertised. This time, the pounder, it looks like a regular sized uh, cheesesteak. So I don't know. But anyway, it is what it is. Swoop and the Eagles cheerleaders were there. I got autographed Eagles cheerleaders collectible cards. And alumni players that was in the Miller Lite party at McGurk's. It was Hollis Thomas, my friend Hollis Thomas. He does a lot of events now. A lot of Bird Gang, liquor events, and a lot of parties, a lot of Eagles parties, and a lot of other events. And also this guy, William Thomas, Willie T. These two guys, they're funny. They're funny guys, and they never have an attitude. Some of the Eagles alumni players, they could, they're moody. If you catch them on the wrong day, and you're not gonna like it because they will have a little bit of attitude. But Hollis Thomas and Willie T, they're just two happy guys. They never have an attitude, and that's why I love them. Hey, Eagles legend, Willie T and Hollis Thomas is here. Yeah, go Birds! Let's go Birds! Go Birds! And I couldn't believe that they were there together for the Miller Lite party. So I got autographed picture cards from Hollis Thomas and William Thomas. Two great guys. Same last name. I wonder if they're related. Just a thought. Hollis Thomas and William Thomas. So anyways, that was my week. I went on a cruise and I came back and went to some of the Eagles events. Now for the upcoming events part of my show, as I always mention, every Monday night there's the Jordan Mailata show, followed by the Players Lounge at Chicken Pete's on Pecker Avenue in South Philly. Jordan Mailata show, you get to meet Jordan Mailata, the Eagles' current player. And then for the Players Lounge, there's a few different current Eagles player rotate to do the show. So you don't know who you're going to get each Monday night for the Players Lounge show. But it's a great opportunity for any Eagles fans to go out there to meet current Eagle players and take a picture with them and get an autograph. And also watch the radio show live on WIP radio. And every Tuesday, there's the WBCB Sports Radio's Pro Football Report show. This show takes place at different Chicken Pete's throughout the football season. And sometimes they will have Eagles or the football expert as a special guest, but often they will have a current Eagles player there as a special guest. So you can look out for the information on WBCB Sports website. Just look under the Pro Sports and then click on Pro Football Report, and you'll see for each week, you'll see who the special guest is for that week's show. And then for each one of the home game, on Friday, there's always the Bud Light Friday night pep rally. That's only for the Eagles home game. So this event is great. It takes place at different restaurants, and usually you can look out for the information for the upcoming Bud Light Friday night Eagles pep rally on WIP Radio Facebook page or on Instagram. Actually, not Instagram, I'm sorry. On the Twitter, on X, look for Ava Graham, ABA Graham, like Brandon Graham, same last name. Search for Ava Graham, and she hosts the Eagles Bud Light pep rally. So a couple days before each one of the Eagles home game, couple days before the Friday of the home game week, and she'll post the location, and it's always 6 p.m. It's always 6 to 8 p.m. and she'll post on her X Twitter account. You get to meet Swoop, Eagles cheerleaders, and they do the raffle drawing where you can win prizes from Eagles Pro Shop. And also at the end, they always raffling off at least one pair of tickets to the upcoming Eagles home game that pep rally is for. And for each one of the away game, there's always the Miller Lite away game watch party. Like the one I just went at McGurk's, takes place at different restaurants and bars. And for this event, the information is listed on the Eagles Facebook page. Just look under events, and then you'll see all the Miller Lite parties and other Eagles events. Sixers basketball, pro basketball is in the season, so the Sixers Bar Network, they also have a lot of parties, and this parties takes place at different restaurants and bars, and you can look out for the information on 97.5, the Fanatic Sports Radio website. Just look under events, and you'll see all the events. Then you click on each individual event, and you'll find the time and location for each one of the Sixers radio station event. So there's an event I'm very interesting, but I have not been to one yet. It's called the Experience Ultra Access Sixers Edition. Michelob Ultra at 97.5, the Fanatic are taking your Sixers fandom to the next level. Join Bill Colorulu and the Fanatic crew at 4 exclusive watch parties at ultra serving bars around the area with VIP giveaways, contests, and plenty of basketball action. At each event, you'll have a chance to score ultra access, a pair Sixers tickets to the 97.5 The Fanatic Suite on January 27th with Bill Colarulo and the crew. So it sounds like a good event. You go there, you might get some free merchandise from the radio station that have to do with Sixers and Michelob Ultra, and also you can win a pair of tickets to the radio station suite at the Sixers basketball game on January 27th. I'm gonna try to go to one of the things, and then the Sixers Corona Sixers pregame party for the 25-26 season. Join 97.5 The Fanatic and Corona for Sixers pregame action at this fine establishment. It's you got to look up on the 97.5 The Fanatic's website. This party takes place at different restaurants and bars, and it says win great prizes, include Sixers tickets. Then stay to watch the Sixers game and enjoy ice cold Corona on special. So this is another one of the uh, Sixers game watch party. And my favorite is the Sixers Bart Network game watch party, which you can look up for the information right on the Sixers website. On Sixers official website, just look under fans and click on Bart Network, and you'll see there's a whole list of parties. Some are in New Jersey, some are in Philadelphia, and the Sixers bring out their dancers, which is their cheerleaders, and they give away usually 5 to 6 pairs of Sixers tickets for each one of this party. And also Corona is always there, and you can play the Corona cream games, and you grab the different color balls out of the cream machine, and you can win prizes. And most of the time, recently, they have been giving away a free Corona bucket hat, which I wore on my cruise to the Bahamas. I like because Corona, it's their commercial, their theme is like Caribbean beach, where it's warm and palm trees, Snoop Dogg sitting there. So it Corona beer is kind of like a beach theme. So I took a nice picture. Which, I like the Corona bucket hats because it fits any of the cruises I take. So I on my vacation I took a picture with the Corona's hat and the Corona beer in my hand. I just thought that was neat. So I love the Corona hat they give away, and they also do the heat press there. You can pick out a Corona patch, and then they will heat press the patch right onto the Corona bucket hat for you right there. And they also give away T-shirts, and let me show you. Here's one of the T-shirt I got from Corona. This is Corona Premium. So they have a lot of prizes there they're giving out at this Sixers Bart Network parties. So if you get a chance, look out for the location of the party and go. It's a lot of fun, believe me. And now we're near the end of the NFL football season, and all the football fans are start to look into the playoff pictures for their team. And even though the Eagles lost 5 games throughout the season, but they did good. It's not bad. Nothing to worry about. Not only they clinched the NFC East division champions, and also they're the third seed in the NFC. So they had a chance to make to the Super Bowl again through the playoff games. And for being the third seed, they if all the things work out right within the next 3 games, they have a chance to become the second seed, which means all the playoff games are will be played at home, just like last year. But uh, the way the Eagles' offensive plays are a little bit worrisome because it's still kind of inconsistent with all the Eagles player. From the quarterback Jalen Hurts. Sometimes he plays good like the first half of the game and not good in the second half, or sometimes they have won games that they play really good in the second half, but not the first half. So that's a little bit inconsistency with Jalen Hurts and all rest of the players. Uh, they're playing much better than before. The receivers and wide receivers, and they're catching the ball, and the defensive is great. So I don't think there's too much to worry about once the Eagles gets into the playoff game, because as we know, the playoff games are different. It's a whole different animal, and it really is compared to the regular season game. I think it's just because it's the playoff game. If you lose one game, you're out, right? You're out, and there was no chance of you winning the Super Bowl, and all the teams knows that, and that's why the players prepare themselves. And because in the playoff game, whether it's the wild card round or the divisional round, each game it's a must win, and the players know that, and that is why the football NFL football playoff games are different. So let's see what happens for the next 2 games that Eagles has to play. Uh, they will be playing the Buffalo, New York, and then at home they'll be playing the Washington Redskins again. So let's see what happens with the next 2 games. And as of right now, I wouldn't call rest of the game in the Eagles game in this football season meaningless games, because they can still move up to the second seed. So let's see what happens, and maybe I will buy the ticket to go to one of the Eagles game, because I have not been to any Eagles game this season. So we'll see and keep our finger crossed. Hopefully Eagles win the playoff games and make to the Super Bowl again. There's no way of knowing it, and that's the mystery, and that's why football is exciting. So we'll just have to wait and see for now, and then in a couple more weeks, January 11th, I'm taking another cruise to the Panama Canal. So I won't be here for the playoff games, but I'm sure before I leave, the week of the wild card game, there are going to be some last minute Eagles pep rally, maybe at the Comcast Center or somewhere. So there's still a lot of excitement before I leave for the cruise. And once I'm out there on the cruise, I can only watch the game on the cruise ship if they put it on. So let's see what happens at this near the end of the NFL regular football season, and hopefully Eagles make to the second seed. So it's going to be much easier for them to play those games at home, those playoff games. So all I can say right now is, let's go Birds. EAGLES. Let's go Birds.